Well, howdy y'all, and welcome to Overwatch. Yeah, this is, I think it's high noon, and you might notice immediately kinda what's going on here. There's actually a few subtle rules to this little, I don't know, hoedown in Route 66. So it's McCree only, but the interesting thing is only headshots and only left click does damage. So right click doesn't do anything, flashbangs don't do anything. Basically, you're plinking away with your gun, shooting people down.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
I wish I said mashed tears over salt. I love this. I love this place. I want to talk to the artists who made this stuff, because this looks like it was so fun to make. All of this, just making all these posters and stuff, and then you got all these people. Who's this lady? Olivia Rye. That's who she is. And you got this guy. I like this guy with this cool face. Oh, he's Thespian 4.0. Okay. He's the Hollywood director. Oh wow. Anyway, so I've taken a bullet. I think that's more luck than skill. You can roll around, of course. It's not. It'll be just like a fast reload or a dodge, but this is 90% of it. Is just sort of sidestepping back and forward and jumping and shooting at each other, and it's kind of fun in the short term. But it does drag on a bit because, I don't know, I would have liked like an insta-jib kind of mechanic on this, so when you land the headshot you win, basically, and sure that might increase the variance somewhat. Yeah, like this guy's trying to use right click and stuff, that doesn't do anything. I found the key is to get either high ground or get flanks, because people dupe left and right, so when you got the high ground, whoa! And like this guy's trying to... There we go. And also the key, it helps to aim, by the way. The headbox, like this actually is kind of useful for teaching as well, in that the headboxes are very interesting in Overwatch. I don't want to stand still is the thing. There we go. Boom. Like the headboxes are kind of interesting because I think McCree's hat can throw you off a little bit, and I noticed this playing Widowmaker as well. Hitboxes on the heads are very small, and this is more, especially this is more relevant for characters like Widowmaker, McCree especially. You're basically aiming head height and hoping. With Tracer and Soldier 76 it's less of an issue because it's like you aim a certain height and you shoot, and Tracer's bullet spread is so that it's such that you can hit heads pretty reliably. With McCree you got to be a little bit more pinpoint. Of course in actual Overwatch you just use right click. Like the point when you play McCree is left click is a novelty basically. Right click is infinitely more. But you can see like a few of those shots, I think in Team Fortress 2 for example, those shots would have landed. Also, by the way, a subtle thing with this, health packs don't work. Health packs don't do anything. So you take damage and that damage sticks. If health packs did something, then yeah, this game mode would never end. Because it takes so long for people to land headshots that, you know, you'd never kill anyone in time. In good time at least. But yeah, I mean, this is it basically. Like, I think if you put insta-jib on it, or just lower the hit points to 1 hit point or something, you know, so that the headshot is lethal, then it would work fine. I think if you tried to add something like flashbangs, then it wouldn't work, because it would just be like a flashbang fest, right? Like, the objective then completely changes to run at them, land the flashbang, and everyone shoots them in the head. Again, I think this is another game mode that could benefit from like just like a time limit and a kill counter, you know, so you play for 5 minutes, whichever team gets the most kills wins. Something like that I think would be more exciting, rather than just playing the payload and then trying to win off the payload. The thing is, I have this fancy mouse, right? I bought a new mouse. I think it's called a Corsair M65, I think it is. It's got fancy lights on it because I like fancy lights, but it's quite nice for shooting. It's got a lot of settings, it's got weight adjustability, it's got all the things you want. I'm getting used to it still. It's a bit different. It sits better in my hand than my old mouse, which was a Logitech G70, I think it was. Like, I wish they just wouldn't have silly numbers. I don't know. It's so hard to keep track of. Anyway, it sits quite nicely in my hand, but as you can see, like, I should have taken my time with those shots instead of. But this guy's got like the right idea. Jumping helps a lot because you're just moving your head around. As this guy tries to stall, but we got the payloader. Whoa! So I'm gonna roll back. I'm gonna try. Like you can see, I pick up that health there. Doesn't do anything. Patience, patience. Freaking impressive if this guy takes us all down. This guy's trying to punch. Punching doesn't do anything, by the way. Yeah. So I've got this new mouse. It has a fancy button on it. It's got a very fancy button on it. So you can see me like gesticulating around massively, and then it has a button on it that basically ups the DPI, I think, to 4,000, which is insane. And they call it a sniper button. It's not very useful. It's a complete gimmick. Patu, I recognise that name. He's not a bad player. I try and keep track of like names I recognise. This is actually like a stupidly dangerous place to fight. Yeah, you'd think it would be useful for this, but it really kind of isn't. It's a complete gimmick. I wouldn't rate it at all. The mouse itself is fine. This button is a total gimmick. I'd rather just learn to aim normally anyway. Boom! Headshot. Boom! Headshot. I should have done this entire thing in a stupid American accent. The problem is I can't do stupid American accents very well. I have to be like, howdy y'all. Welcome to Route 66 y'all. That's my American accent. It's awful.
60 seconds.
Now why don't y'all mosey down to yonder payload? We can get that thing rolling out. Woo-ha! I'm gonna headshot them there, McCree. Eventually, no, I'm gonna catch a bullet with my face, y'all. Apparently, my American accent is just saying y'all a lot, which is, I mean, this is like, isn't this in the South? I mean, this is like, you know, Nevada sort of region, which I'm aware doesn't. It's sort of redneck, but not totally redneck. I don't know, it's like an accent thing. It's like when people say, oh, British accents. Like, my accent is very typically British, right? I have a very... If you ask people in England to place my accent, they would say it's southern, because the south in the UK is sort of the posher area. But it's actually very difficult to place. And this will really confuse people who live in the UK, because I live in the north. And into north, they talk like this. They talk about working down mill. For some reason, they miss t word the off things and instead say t or and just have like a what they call a glottal stop. Because I live in Yorkshire. It's our working place is Yorkshire. It's actually interesting because, like, Tracer says love, for example. Like, cheers, love, the cavalry's here! You don't actually say love if you're Cockney, not so much. You say love if you're in the north. I wasn't even aiming for that guy, like, gotta be honest with you.
60 seconds remaining.
Gonna be honest with you there, I was not aiming for that man. But yeah, in the UK, like, Tracer shouldn't really say love. Love is a northern thing, not a southern thing. So, you know, don't worry, loves. I mean, she might have picked it up from somewhere. That happens. Like, I picked up love. I say love. I say things. I think I say pal a lot for some reason as well. Like, thanks, pal. Cheers, pal. I think it's more a Canadian thing. Don't know how to pick that up. I also say no worries a lot, which is an Australian thing. You can see, like, this is what I mean by this game mode dragging a bit, by the way, is that I'm talking about accents while trying to land headshots. It's because, where the hell did that guy come from? We're almost done. I think I'm just going to do one match of this because I think you guys get the point. I think so far, by far the best one so far has been the arcade. I think these ones need a little bit tightening up. I think you just need to ditch the game mode. And you just need to have, you know, like a death counter or something, and make it into a death match. Give it a time limit, like 5 minutes. 5-minute round, have people shooting at each other's heads. Have fun. Just so you're not trying to do the payload pushing while also trying... This guy... Like, if I had to name MVP of their team, it's definitely Serrazio. Serrazio, if you watch this video ever, you are the best on your team. Congratulations.
Play of the game.
Rel is going to play the game. Someone called it earlier. Let's see this fine... Let's see them bar fine shooting. Tex. It's one. Roll. Duke. Get shot up there. Oh. 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 The plays. Sign this guy up for Fnatic. That's actually pretty impressive.
Epic.
So wait, I wasn't first on damage. I'm sure I was. Wow, that's actually pretty good. Well done, you. Anyway, thanks for watching to the end. I've been Josh, one amongst many. Let me know what you guys think about some of these, I don't know, less interesting tavern brawls. How can they make it more interesting? What could they do to really make it, you know, have pizzazz? I'm trying to think of a fancy American way of saying toodles, but I'll just say toodles.